For today's Cyber CEO episode,
she really understands our local forms, how things are done in our market center, and it's been win, win, win all the way around. She's been great. Jazz, you've been a fantastic partner in my business as I grow it. Because of you, I just feel like you've got my back with the paperwork, keeping me in compliance, alerting me when I need to be alerted. So I just want to thank you so much, Jasminia. You are awesome.
welcome to Cyber CEO, wherein we talk about how our cyberbackers helped our cyber CEOs take their businesses to the next level. Cyber CEO is powered by Cyberbacker, the world's leading provider of admin support services from anywhere in the world to anyone in the world. Please visit our website www.cyberbacker.com for more details. Another awesome day here at Cyberbacker. My name is Jello. We're back with another episode of Cyber CEO. And of course, we have a very special guest coming back to the show. Pam, how are you doing today?
I'm great, Jello. How are you?
I'm doing wonderful. Thank you very much for asking and for coming back. I know you have a lot of things to do. Really appreciate the time. Now, what we wanted to do was just to talk to you more about your experience with virtual leverage, of course, through Cyberbacker. Now, first question is, how long have you been partnered with Cyberbacker, Pam?
I believe it's been 8 or 9 months now.
Okay, so going on your first year with Cyberbacker, was this your first time working with someone virtual?
Yes, I finally had reached a point in my business where I needed extra help, and I was dropping the balls, trying to do it all myself. I'm a solo agent, and so it was a leap of faith, and I actually have my Cyberbacker only part-time, 20 hours a week.
Okay, so now going on a year with Cyberbacker, first time working with someone virtual. Now, this is your first time again working with someone who's virtual. Now, take me back though, before you got partnered with Cyberbacker, what were your thoughts about virtual leverage back then?
I thought it would be a challenge to train someone to know how I like things done. And it truthfully, it is work to train someone. But once you've gone through that process and you've held somebody's hand and you show them how you think and you've got those standard operating procedures down, it gets easier with time. So it's worth the initial investment up front if you stick with it in time.
There we go. Just building on the relationship too with your Cyberbacker, of course, right?
Correct. Right. We definitely have a good relationship now.
There. Now, talk to me about that. We get that a lot here. Questions like, how do I work with someone who's virtual? How do I make it work? Things like that. Now, that it's your first time, I wanted to know, how did you do it, Pam? How did you make it work out with your Cyberbacker and become this successful?
Well, as I said, the first step was I kind of stuck my toe in the water first by just going with a part-timer. And at the time, my Cyberbacker, her name is Jasminia, and I call her Jazz. She was working She was just working with me. And then I believe she had somebody else part-time with her. And what happened was that other person, for whatever reason, her other half-time job ended. And someone from my market center ended up hiring her. So it's 20 hours with me and then 20 hours with one of my peers at my same Keller Williams Market Center. So she really understands our local forms, how things are done in our market center. And it's been win, win, win all the way around. But how it worked was, I had to spend some time meeting. I met with Jazz a lot by Zoom. And I recorded, if I couldn't meet with her in person, I recorded things like, this is how I do tax information, for example. Like I like to pull it from 2 sources, put it to one PDF, and then upload it in a certain way. And how would she know that if I didn't show her?
Absolutely.
So, she's not a mind reader. But once I've shown her, then I can just be more brief about the instructions, because I can say, pull tax information on 123 Main Street, and she understands what I mean. So it's more than just knowing command. It's knowing the things that work around command. But having her, she's primarily my Keller Williams command pro. And I actually defer to her, and I think of me more as just going to get the next deal.
Okay, there we go. Just someone to back you up when a lot of the admin tasks need to be done, and you're out there creating more and growing your business, right? I think that's the sole purpose of working with someone who's virtual as well, because you get the time to grow your business, get out there, build more relationships, right? Instead of being stuck in front of a computer. Yeah.
Yes. Which I don't love. The other thing is she's really good at spreadsheets, and that's not my area of expertise. I'm more of a, left brain thinker. And she will create spreadsheets for me, and then she'll like color code them, like, this needs your attention.
Oh,
and so we do a combination of email and texting and phone calls and Zoom meetings to communicate all these things back and forth.
So really, communication, you really communicate then almost every day, or every day, every hour, something like that.
At the very minimum, it's texting. At the maximum, it's meeting by Zoom. Oh. But yeah, every day it's somewhere in between, unless it's something in my calendar where I'm just not available during that time slot. In which case, she sees my calendar and she knows what's going on in my life.
Okay. So really constant and open communication. How important is that when you're working with someone virtual? That constant and open communication, Pam?
It's good. It's fantastic. But I also respect that she's got a life, that she's got another for 20 hours of the week. And I don't try to, I try not to bother her at all when she's not working for me. I'll email her, for example. Because I don't want the text to interfere, because she's also got a family, a young child, her own life, as she should have. And I definitely want a balance for her and me.
Yes, definitely agree with you there. Again, just respecting each other's times as well. Now, talk to me more about the partnership then that you have with your Cyberbacker. You mentioned earlier that you invested your time talking to her on Zoom during the beginning of the partnership. Aside from that, though, what else do you need to create a successful partnership with someone who's virtual?
Well, I've had her attend business meetings that that I have with a coach. I have a business coach who's teaching me how to do my business better, and I'll have Jazz zoom in on those meetings. And primarily, the coach is teaching me how to work with Jazz better and what to designate to her and delegate to her. So that's been helpful, because this is a new experience for me as well, being as her supervisor. And so I'm actually getting coached on how to be a good supervisor. This coach is teaching me she's big on SOPs, standard operating procedures. So like if this happens, then this should happen, A, B, C, and D, and writing them down rather than her having to pull them out of my head is how I call it each time. But basically, this is a pipeline business, real estate. So it seems pretty straightforward as you move through all the stages from contract to closing, but there's a lot of variations that can happen in there. And we have to learn some things together. For example, we just had our board change some of the key contract forms. And I got the email, I alerted her, and then I said, please attend our next staff meeting so we can learn together. Because nothing stays the same, right? It's always changing. And I just want to make sure she's always in the loop and as up on things as possible.
Right, they're just growing with each other. Again, in a partnership like this, it's a two-way street, right? You invest in your Cyberbacker, and your Cyberbacker invests in your business as well. I think that's how it really works. And again, just adding her to those meetings, those trainings as well, I think that goes a long way, because if you're helping them to succeed, then they're gonna do the same thing to you and your business, right?
Absolutely. Yep. And she's been great. So that's about all I had. I mean, she's, for example, we've had some deals that have fallen apart, unfortunately. And even that has its own process and procedure about what to do. And we kind of have made agreements like I don't know if you're familiar with Command.
That's a bit. Mm-hmm.
Personally. Well, there's like what they call the bell notification, which alerts things that you should be paying attention to. Mm-hmm. And we've made a system where I'm the one that deletes or marks them as read. She can go look at them, but she can't. I don't want her to mark them as read because then it's not on my radar. Mm-hmm. So just ongoing systems and improvements. And then the tools that Keller Williams gives us are so vast that we're just, we've been focusing just on, just a few of the tabs available. And there's so much more. For example, Google Ads are coming. And I'm really excited about that. What else? The smart plans. We're still working out the kinks on that. Oh. And just sometimes I'll just say, I wish Jazz would just get me new listings, right? But she has to know how to do that.
True.
And Command has the tools.
That's right there. So basically, Jazz, then your Cyberbacker, really all of her tasks mainly rotate around Command, KW Command. Am I right?
Yeah, and there's another software called Dotloop.
Oh, okay.
And I do also use Canva Pro. Mm-hmm. And what else? She has access to my Gmail and my Google Calendar as well. So it's a suite of tools.
So basically, she's almost everywhere then. Almost everywhere in the business. Almost.
I'm not quite in my Zillow dashboard, but no, she knows how to log in.
Oh, okay. It's going to be very exciting though. Now that she's almost everywhere in the business, more success to come in the future, obviously. Now, talking about success, one of the things that we love with working with clients like you is hearing about great results that you've had ever since you started partnering with your Cyberbacker. Now, these stories could be very inspiring or educational to a business owner that would want to dive into the virtual world. Now, can you tell us one of your biggest wins ever since you started working with Cyberbacker? Do you have any metrics that you can share or any data that you can share?
Well, one of my biggest secrets, I guess, is that I built a Google presence independent of my brokerage. I kind of did it on my own. And that took years because what I've been doing is Google and Zillow, but Zillow you have to pay for. But Google, I've been encouraging past clients to give me good reviews. And I have found that a lot of times I get a phone call, hey, I need you to, something's come up and I have a house in your area that I need to sell. And we found you on Google and we read your reviews and we'd like you to meet you. Mm-hmm. So Google has been very valuable for me. And that took a long time to build up. And that's something that I think every agent should focus on. When you're new, it's like drinking out of a fire hose every day. And I remember I was just trying so many different tools and tricks and strategies. I was doing mailers. I was doing, I wasn't cold calling. I'm not cut out for cold calling. But Google has really started to produce results, but it's taken years of investment in it. So I would encourage anybody to, if you're a new agent, start working on your Google presence and reviews.
That's a great suggestion right there. I know a lot of our business owners that are listening right now would be able to be successful as well with that piece of advice right there. Now, one last thing, Pam, for sure, once we have this online, your Cyberbacker is going to be able to listen to this once we have it again posted. Now, we just wanted to know, do you have any special messages or a quick shout out you'd like to give out to your Cyberbacker, Jazz?
Yes, absolutely. Jazz, you've been a fantastic partner in my business as I grow it. It's been kind of an up and down year. It's seasonal. We have our ups, we have our downs, but because of you, I just feel like you've got my back with the paperwork, keeping me in compliance, alerting me when I need to be alerted. So I just want to thank you so much, Jasminia. You are awesome.
There we go. We're very excited to see the continued success of this partnership all throughout the years. And again, Pam, thank you very much for coming back. We always have fun when we have you on the show. You have a great day, right?
Thank you, Jello. You too.
Thank you for listening to our daily dose of Cyber CEO. Stay tuned to know more about how Cyberbacker creates a difference in this digital time and age. You can visit our website www.cyberbacker.com and follow our social media pages on Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, YouTube, and Spotify.